Hey third graders, I'm Pastor Lisa and I'm really excited to see you today. We are going to learn a little bit about communion. You have a very special weekend coming up where you're going to receive your third grade Bible. And on that very same day, we're also going to be taking communion. So Kids Corps thought it would probably be a good idea for us to learn a little bit about communion before you take it. So first we're going to start by playing a little game. I'm going to give you some numbers. And I want you at home to repeat those numbers back. All right, here we go. 3, 12, 14. I bet you got that one right. Okay, good job. All right, let's try this one. 7, 16, 14, 32, and 7. How'd you do on that? That was a little bit tougher probably. All right, we're going to try one last one and see if you can remember this list of numbers. All right, here we go. 6, 14, 18, 22, 36, 73, 142, and 912. How did you do? Yeah, that was a little tougher. That's kind of long. Well, sometimes when we have things to remember that are really long or they're really long ago, it might help to write them down. Maybe some of you even wrote them down and you did really well. Well, in the Bible, we have some words, a lot of words, and a lot of stories that have been written down to help us remember long ago what happened with Jesus and his disciples. And you remember the disciples means friends or followers. So Jesus had disciples long ago, and he has disciples now. And you, as a follower of Jesus, are one of those. Communion is one of the stories that we learn about in the Bible. Jesus wants us to remember him. He wants us to remember all he did for us and how much he loves us. And this is one of the ways that we do that. So first, let's hear just a little bit of the story from the book of Matthew. And these words say, while they were eating, and they were disciples and Jesus took the bread. He blessed it, he broke it, and he gave it to his disciples and said, take and eat. This is my body. He took a cup, he gave thanks, and he gave it to them, saying, drink from this, all of you. When you take communion in worship, well, you might also hear it called the Last Supper, but usually we call it communion. A pastor will stand in front, and he or she will take the loaf of bread and read from the scripture and say just what we said now. Jesus took a loaf of bread, and after blessing it, he broke it. And he gave it to his disciples, saying, do this in remembrance of me. And after that, took the cup. He gave it to his disciples and said, drink of it, all of you. Now, just so you know, these aren't really Jesus. This isn't Jesus' body. This is to help us remember Jesus' body and all he did for us. So, after the pastor does that, you will go forward and you'll take just a little piece of bread, or somebody will hand it to you. A little piece of bread, and you'll dip it in the cup about halfway. And then you will eat it. I'm not going to eat it right now because then I can't talk to you. But I'm going to set it right here, and you're going to eat it. And then you're going to go back to your seat, and you can spend some quiet time praying, being still and quiet, or singing with the congregation and the worship leaders. So we can learn lots and lots more about communion, but this is just a good beginning so that we know a little bit about what it means and how to remember Jesus and how to thank him for his love for all of us. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you on third grade Bible weekend.